So now, our next speaker is Isabel Quant. She's a Reiki master practitioner, a diamond light channel, a speaker, a teacher, and a priestess whose life's path was ignited by a deeply personal and sacred initiation, the journey of her mother's illness. As she supported her mother through cancer, Isabel was guided to the healing art of Reiki, a moment that marked the beginning of her calling as a healer, a guide, and a vessel for light. Her connection to energy work unfolded with profound clarity, leading her to become a certified Holy Fire Reiki Ryoho practitioner. All right, something new for me, and a Reiki master. Through the sacred art of Reiki, she discovered a divine flow of energy that not only brought comfort and healing during her mother's transition, but also opened the doorway to her own spiritual awakening. In addition to her Reiki path, Isabel was initiated into the radiant frequency of the diamond light, a high vibrational stream of energy channeled through her work with E-Light at the Diamond Light Academy. As a channeler of the diamond light frequency, she supports clients in aligning with their soul's brilliance, dissolving old patterns, and anchoring their highest essence into everyday life. She's also a proud member of the International Center for Reiki Training, upholding the highest standards of Reiki practice and ethics. She has a special gift for supporting individuals who are navigating life's challenges and thresholds, moments of profound change, rebirth, and awakening. She has a presence that is both luminous and grounded. Isabel invites each person she encounters to remember their own light, to trust their inner wisdom, and to embrace their own unique journey. And her work is your invitation to step into your sovereignty, to reconnect with the divine spark within, and to move forward with clarity and ease. Isabel,
Hi,
welcome to the conference today. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
I know I saw you hop on a little while before. Where are you from right now?
I'm in Miami, Florida, so I'm on the eastern side.
You're on the eastern side, we're on the western side. That's all good. So do you have a presentation for us today?
Yes, well, I have my story is what I want to speak about. My story in Reiki, which is
Okay,
what's most important right now for me.
beautiful. So I'll put you on the screen. You take it away. You have until about 12:40. So you have some time to share your story with us.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much.
All right.
So I want to start today with clearing our energy a bit. And I would like for all of you to join me in clearing this energy. I want you to put one hand on your heart, one hand on your body, and you can either close your eyes or keep your eyes open. And we're going to chant Om 3 times. So please follow me. Om. 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 Thank you all for being here and for listening to my story and talk about how I came about into Reiki and what I am doing today. So as you all know, my name is Isabel Quant. I am a holy fire Reiki master, a priestess, a diamond light channel, a speaker, and a spiritual guide. So my story began back in August of 2016. It all started when I encountered a very deep soul connection that threw me into the spiritual world. It cracked me open, and that connection made me see parts of myself that I needed to heal within myself. It was very profound, very transformative connection. It opened my channels. I had a Kundalini rising. I started seeing colors and visions and receiving messages. And at the time, I had no idea what was happening to me. I was completely clueless, and I started doing some research online to see what had happened to me, why I was feeling the way I was feeling, what had happened during that encounter, why I needed to heal, why did this happen to me in general? So I realized in that moment that I needed to heal a lot of things from my past, including at the time I was going through a divorce at the time. So it happened during a really difficult time. I was going through a separation and a divorce. And during this time, I decided that I needed to heal myself. So I dove right in. I started doing some research on Reiki because I came across on Reiki and I thought it was very, very interesting. So I came across a association called the International Center for Reiki Training, and I got more information on Reiki there. I came across a very interesting teacher, Miss Peggy Gaines, which is a licensed, very knowledgeable Reiki master teacher. She taught me Reiki 1 and 2, Yohodo Reiki 1 and 2. She also taught me the Holy Fire Reiki and the Karuna Reiki. So during this time, which was a process of like, I would say about 1 to 3 years of healing, I was also doing in between mirror work. Mirror work is affirmations in front of a mirror. And at first, it's the most awkward technique you can use because you have to really start believing in the affirmations and what you're telling yourself in the mirror, little by little, right? So I started doing that little by little, and I started seeing the change in me. I started seeing the shift in me. I all of a started believing everything I was saying to myself, and I was also doing during this time Hopopono. Um, it helped me tremendously, Hopopono as well. So I went in deeper because I started grieving some deaths that were coming into my family. And I lost during this time my mother's best friend. Then her husband passed away. Then her son passed away. The entire family was gone within, like, I would say 3 to 4 years. I started going through a grieving process during the time, which I had no idea that this was going to be happening to me. Um, then my father got really sick, like maybe a year, 2 years later, during COVID time. This was about, I would say about July of 2020. And he was in a nursing home at the time. And during COVID time, as we all know, we couldn't go see our family members at the hospital or anywhere at that point. They were basically shutting everything down, and the patients were there, and nobody could see them, nobody can get near them. So my father was at a nursing home during the time, and I decided to go see him. Um, they wouldn't let me in because I felt during that time he was very sick. He was going through Alzheimer's, and at the same time, he got pneumonia and COVID at the same time. So that basically put him out during the summer of 2020. I remember my brother calling me one morning in the summer of 2020 and telling me, I have really bad news to give you. And I already knew my heart just dropped. And I thought to myself during that time, I didn't get to see him. I didn't get to talk to him. I didn't get to tell him everything that needed to be said before him passing. And he just basically passed on his own during that time. Now, 6 months later, my mother got sick. And that was really tough as well. I was not expecting that. That came out of left field. She started feeling a bit sick around December, January. And during this time, I took her in to go see to an urgent care emergency room. She kept telling me that she felt pressure on herself. And during that time, I thought, pressure. And she said, I have pressure on my womb area. At the time, I knew that there was something absolutely wrong with her, and I took her in. She was diagnosed with ovarian cancer. and it was a very aggressive ovarian cancer. It was one of those rare tumors that even if they operated on her, it would grow back. And she had to go through the process of the chemo and, everything that cancer patients go through during the time. I was her caretaker, and that was one of the hardest things I've ever had to go through in my life. At the time, since I knew Reiki, I was doing Reiki on her every night to calm down her symptoms and to help her through the process. She passed, unfortunately, 7 months later in September of 2021. She passed. So during this time, I was going through a lot of grieving, a lot of pain, a lot of struggle. I had just lost my father, and then I lost my mother within a year. And I decided, okay, I really have to dig in deep and heal myself, which is what I did. I started seeing also, started looking for options on how to heal. I went into the ship network. I remember very clearly. I went into the ship network looking for a course to take in order to heal myself shamanically. And I ran into CC Williams. She was the first one that helped me heal. And I automatically connected with her because she had gone through a similar story herself. Her mother as well had passed, just like mine. So we connected that way. And I decided to take her course. And during shamanic journey, through the courses that I took in the ship network with her, and basically connecting with the different parts of our body and our senses, we went deep, deep, deep into shamanic journeying. And that helped me almost like take the root out from the pain that I was going through, the struggle that I was going through, the grieving that I was going through. It was one of the hardest times in my life, I would say. So during this time, I also came across Kalila, Elaine Kalila Dowdy from the Priestess Presence Temple. I decided to do 2 years of priestesshood with her in temple. And during this time, I also had taken another course on Mary Magdalene and the Shit Network. And she taught us during this 2 year process how to connect with the divine feminine within each and every one of us, that goddess energy, that feminine energy. And we were learning about colors and geometry and yantras and mantras, and it was just absolutely beautiful. And it was a way to connect in sister circles, in sisterhood, in supporting each other during the process of whatever it is that we were all going through. Each and every one of us was a different world, is a different world. So also during this time, I came across Elite, Ellen Holmes, the Diamond Light Academy. And I was certified from Diamond Light. So I became a channel of the Diamond Light as well. So what I do in my personal work is that I infuse both energies. The Diamond Light is one of the highest vibrational frequencies, rays of light on the planet. And when I connect that with the Holy Fire Reiki, which is the other lineage that I connected to, it creates a completely, deeply transformative fusion of energy that helps us all clear, release, and purify the energies. So during this time, it was a very tough time during this time, I would say, during this time of my life. And I've always had a very, very close relationship with Jesus Christ. But during this grieving process that I was going through and my healing process and learning all of this, I connected very much so with Jesus even further. And I want to talk a little bit about something that happened to me during this time that was very sacred to me, and it still is, but I think it's time for me to share it. And I think we're living in times that we all need to hear this. Um, during, I would say about twice, I was awake, fully awake, and I had a vision of Jesus coming to me. And I was going through this very, very harsh grieving at the time. He came to me and he said, I was in heaven with him. I saw heaven with him. I was dressed in white. He was dressed in white. And he said, I need you to get up, my daughter. I want you to see that the kingdom of heaven are all yours. The kingdom of heaven is yours. He came to me twice during these visions. And that put me in a place where I said to myself, He's with me. He's truly, truly with me. He's helping me heal. He's helping me go through this process. And during this process is when I realized I understand now where I came to be in this world, in this lifetime. I understand my purpose now. And it's to not only heal myself, but to heal others. So I got right to it, basically, with the whole healing process. And it all started with the lineage of Usui, which I want to talk a little bit about in the type of holy fire that I do. Um, I want to give you a little bit of history on that. So, Dr. Mikao Usui was a he was a scholar, a spiritual teacher. He used to also learn a lot about healing. He was study a lot about healing. One day he decided he wanted to go to Mount Kuruma in Japan for a 21-day retreat. And during this time, he became very enlightened. He discovered Reiki and the hand positions and how to heal. He came back to Japan and he opened up the first Reiki clinic in Tokyo, Japan during this time as well. He then was teaching and healing at the clinic. Then one of his students, Mr. Hayashi, um, came and joined him at the clinic and also did like a restructuring of the Reiki system and the hand positions and actually showing others how to place your hands on the patient. And during this time, he was also working with Mr. Usui at the clinic. Then another student of his, Miss Takada, came into the with the Reiki system into Hawaii and into the modern world. And she spread Reiki like wildfire throughout the entire world. It was all over the place. So she was pretty incredible. She's really the one that truly spread Reiki throughout everywhere. Now, she also um during 1980 to today, more or less, the Reiki lineage of Usui and all the different styles and the different lineages all point back to him. So they're all point back to him. So that's a little bit of a history on Mr. Mikao Usui. Now, also during this time, he Mr. Usui was a very wise man, very, very wise man, and he taught many, many, many students. During that lineage of all the students that he was teaching came Mr. William Lee Ran. Now, Mr. William Lee Ran is the founder of the International Center for Reiki Training. And he taught my teacher, Miss Peggy Gaines, and Miss Peggy Gaines taught me the Reiki system. So that's a little bit of a history of how Reiki came about and everything, and how I came about into this whole process myself. So, Reiki is a wonderful way to heal. It's a wonderful way to understand yourself, to become the best version of yourself. It helps in many, many different ways. And one of the many ways it helps, it alleviates the pain and stress and anxiety that we all get on our daily lives, and that could be connected also to acute conditions or chronic conditions. It also releases the energetic blockages that we all can carry from negative patterns and habits and from past trauma. It also helps us deepen our intuition and our inner guidance, and makes us more aware of that inner navigation system that we have within ourselves. It also helps us when the diamond light and the holy fire come together in a fusion of energy. They become very, very transformative. Those two energies together are very, very transformative. And they create a very clear thought process so you can make the right decisions for yourself and become the best version of yourself. It clears energetically all the different layers, the mind, the body, and the spirit. It also helps us with elevating our vibration and a heart center space so you can become the best version of yourself and embody your highest timeline. What other ways does it help? It helps also with cancer symptoms. It alleviates a lot of the cancer symptoms that the cancer patients go through during their own process of chemo and everything else that they go through the process of the cancer journey. It also alleviates arthritis. It helps with arthritis a lot. It helps you become more flexible, it alleviates the pain. And what else? It also alleviates with people that are going into surgeries or outpatient procedures. It helps you post, pre and post. So before and after you have either a procedure or surgery and you get the Reiki done, you will definitely heal a lot faster. It accelerates the healing process by shifting and clearing and purifying the energy in the different areas of our body. It definitely accelerates the healing process. Now, Reiki is the chi, life force energies, right? It's prana, life force energy. And we all can become a vessel of Reiki in order to channel it and heal others. And Reiki works with there's seven main chakras in the Reiki system, starting from the root chakra. So the root chakra sits in the base of our spine. And in Sanskrit, that root chakra is Muladhara. The color is red, and it's connected to our groundedness, to our stability, to support, to feeling supported, to feeling stable, to abundance. Then the next one, the next major chakra is the sacral chakra, which in Sanskrit is Savitasana. And this chakra is orange. And this one is connected to our creativity, to our sexuality, our sensuality, our flow, our movement. Then the next one is the solar plexus chakra, which sits on the upper part of our abdominal area. Now, this chakra is in Sanskrit is Manipura, and the color is yellow. This one's connected with our strength, our power, our self-confidence, our self-esteem. Then the next one is the throat chakra. I'm sorry, not the throat chakra, the heart chakra. The heart chakra sits in the center of our chest, and this one in Sanskrit is Anahata. The color is green. It is connected to our emotions, to love, to compassion, to empathy, to relationships. And the next one is a throat chakra, and this throat chakra is in the throat area. This one is in Sanskrit, it is Visuddha. The color is blue, and this one's connected to our expression, to our truth, to our authenticity, to the way we come across to the world. Then the next one is the the third eye chakra, which is in between our eyebrows in that section. And in Sanskrit, this was Ashna. The color is purple. And this one is connected to our psychic abilities, to our visions, to our dreams, to our, I would say, to receiving messages as well. Then the next one is located on the crown chakra right above our head, and this one in Sanskrit is Sahasrara. The color is white, and this one's connected to unity consciousness, to Christ consciousness, to royalty, to receiving messages. Um, so it's very powerful chakra system that we have, and through all these chakras, as Reiki masters, we work with the chakra system, and we also work with the energies around in the auric field as well, in order to help release, shift, and purify the energy. That way, everybody can feel better. So that's how the Reiki system works, and what I've learned so far with Reiki in my story. So I also wanted to bring up that I also do the priestess. I'm also a priestess. So I did priestess presence during the 2 years with Kalila Dowdy. And during this time, the the priestess within me came out, and I decided that I wanted to form a sister circle, which I formed the Red Rose Sister Circle during this time. And the Red Rose Sister Circle began, I would say, about 2 years ago. I stopped doing it this last year because I was very busy with the business and everything. And I decided that I'm going to go back to my sister circles this coming year. And basically, what we would do is that we would get together in sisterhood at the beach under the full moon or the new moon. And basically, we would do either rituals, or we would sit in circle. We would talk about what was happening during that time with each other. And what's was said in the circle stays in the circle. Um, Nobody can talk about what happens in that circle. And basically, the circle was created because we wanted to give space, sacred space, to the women that can come and actually talk about what was happening to them during that time. And especially if they're going through a spiritual awakening, how to support them, how to help them, how to be there for them. So that was very, very interesting, very helpful for a lot of women. They truly, truly loved and felt supported during this time, because they were being, our motto was held and healed. And that was very important to us, to have these women feel that way. So during this time, it was very sacred to me to come into Sister Circle and to bring all these women in, and to be able to be in sisterhood once again. But I'm definitely going to start doing it this coming year in 2026. I'm going to start the whole sister circle and come bringing the women together once again, because that I saw the joy and the happiness that these women would go would have and would go through when they were in connection with us. So that was very powerful. And to this day, I still connect with other sister circles, and I go and I share my work, and I share my wisdom and my knowledge, and come together in sisterhood, which is very important to me. And to this day, it really is. So I would say that the sister circle, the Red Rose Sister Circle, is coming about in this coming year. I will probably be starting it during the summertime, around the same time of my Reiki initiations, because I'm going to be teaching Reiki, my Reiki initiations with the diamond light frequency and the holy fire frequency during the summertime. And that I should be starting and putting everything up soon. So you could definitely get more information on all of that. I also have a website where you can find my information. Um, my information is my website is isabelquant.com. I'm also on Facebook under Isabel Quant. I am also on Instagram under Isabel. No, I'm sorry, not on Instagram under Reiki Soul Sessions. On TikTok, I'm under Isabel Quant, and under YouTube, I'm under Isabel P Quant. So that's how can people can find me and get more information about my offerings and what I do, et cetera, et cetera. So I wanted to close with a blessing for everyone. Um, I wanted to give you all some form of energy, positive energy, Reiki energy back. And I wanted to say, Namaste. I am sending all of you love and light, and blessed be.